This bee hated going to work with a passion. It actually used its coworkers as tools while lazing around on a hammock itself. Back at the hive, the bee looked around and felt utterly bored. The next second, the prank worked. The bee was over the moon, watching its coworkers scurrying around in a fluster. It kept causing trouble, and the fed-up coworkers warned it angrily, so the bee had to settle down. Just then, the queen bee raised her hand to assign tasks, and all the bees flew out immediately. This lazy bee flew the fastest, but not to work, only to find the perfect spot to slack off, while the other bees busily worked. It was lying comfortably on a hammock. After a thorough search, the hive realized there was no pollen at all in this area. The lead bee blew a whistle for an emergency gathering, but the lazy bee wanted to keep slacking. It quietly hid in a crack in the rocks and even picked up some twigs to build itself a shabby little nest. The lazy bee finally couldn't hold on anymore. It darted around wildly in the hive and even crashed straight into the lead bee. The furious lead bee chased it to the end of the line. Suddenly, the lead bee zoomed past it, seemingly searching for something. The bee looked down and found the baton right at its feet, becoming the new lead bee. It was overjoyed. It waved the baton around, directing the hive. In its excitement, the bee accidentally snapped the baton and split the hive into two teams. Just as it was having a blast, the original lead bee suddenly appeared behind it. Realizing it had messed up, the terrified bee ran away at once, but the hive chased after it relentlessly. It quickly hid behind a sand dune, thinking it had escaped, but when it came to its senses, the entire hive was right in front of it. The bee braced itself for a beating, but to its surprise, the other bees ignored it completely and flew straight past. It turned out that by accident, it had stumbled into a field of flowers. Amidst the cheers of its coworkers, the bee smiled awkwardly.